Hey guys, Anton with Best Is Now, helping men rediscover their vitality at any age. Just got back from my 3-mile run. Took 30 minutes, so that's about 10-minute mile. So that's about the pace I usually run. Today was a little more challenging because 2 days ago I was just so full up with so much to do, just like one executive decision after another, and it was money and family and arrangements and just so much stuff. So I decided I really just wanted to check out, and I sat down at my piano with a bottle of rum. I didn't even drink out of a glass. I just started drinking, straight rum out of the bottle. I buy quality rum when I do. And you probably think, okay, we've heard the rum story a few times. You drink a lot. I do not drink a lot, but when I do, I usually tell you about it because I think it's relevant to what we're doing here with the Vitality guys. And it definitely took something out of me to do that. So I drank enough that I was sick and spent half the night in the bathroom puking till my throat was sore, dry heaves, and woke up the next day. I usually don't get hangovers from alcohol because my body's in good shape and I'm usually well hydrated. And yesterday was a rotten day. And so today was a good day again. And I've been eating clean, fresh food, but I definitely felt it on the run. So by the time I got to my, the first half mile was always a little bit challenging. Your body's kind of waking up and air's getting moving and so on. And then by the end of the first mile, I was going, okay, should I walk some of this? But I just paced myself and kept going. I'm still out of breath because I just finished. And I actually then, at about 1.5 miles, walked for, 100 feet, 150 feet, and then picked up the pace running. Then along the way, I saw this man walking with this beautiful bouquet of herbs in his hand. And I stopped, greeted him, asked him what they were, and he was surprised because people usually don't stop and talk to you about stuff like that, but I did. And he just was proud to say, oh, I've got some fresh rosemary and thyme, and what else did he have? Lemon verbena and one other thing that he was going to put in some chicken soup he was making. I thought, oh, that's awesome. It's a really beautiful picture. And then went on my merry way. That took about, 15 seconds to stop and greet another human being. And he looked really happy to tell his story, and it made me really happy to see someone. He had just come from the Public Gardens here in Boston, where he, I guess, has a plot or some friend of his. And anyway, he was bringing these herbs home. I've seen the guy on the street before in the neighborhood. Anyway, there are these little things along the way that don't forget as you're driven. It's great, don't let yourself get distracted when you have a chore on hand, a task on hand, be that your exercise, be that something you're doing at the desk. Don't let yourself get distracted by like an email and suddenly you're off on some big tangent. But when there are little things that come up like that, take a moment to greet another human being. It did not interrupt or mess up my run. I used to be one of those guys that kept jogging when the light, get to a red light. I thought, that's really stupid. I stopped running. I wait for the cross signal, and then I continue my run. And what made me think about that was that when you are a sprinter, runner, where you're doing kind of long distance, your muscles get into a routine where you're just kind of going, and it doesn't. They find an efficiency, and so it doesn't really put demand on them. But if you're a soccer player, a rugby player, a football player, you are constantly changing direction, and there's so much going on. And that's why those guys have those huge legs, because there's demand being put on them. And so I thought, stopping, starting, it's probably good. And of course, high intensity interval training is based on that principle. Sometimes I do that where I run a minute and then, where I run 30 seconds, then walk it for a minute, then run 30 seconds, walk it for a minute. It's actually pretty difficult to do that by the time you get about halfway through that. Anyway, so I guess that's my run revelations for today. Find joy in the day. It's just a gorgeous autumn day here. The temperature is just wonderful. Students are all over the place because it's autumn in New England, and it's just a day where it's good to be alive. think about that, be grateful. There are people with all sorts of challenges, and we all have challenges, but there's always, even my mother, days before she died, was helping somebody and said to me, there is always somebody that has it worse than you do. I was kind of blown away by that, because she knew she was going, and it was only about 4 days till she was gone. And she was still seeing that other people, that she had it better than other people. So that is possible. It's all up here. It's between these two things, your ears, how you see things, how you hear things, how you interpret that. It's your choice. What goes on around you may not be, but how you interpret it and what you do about it is your choice. So that is my Run Revelation for today. This is Anton with Best Is Now. Remember, be good to those you love and be good to yourself.